It's a busy Thursday afternoon as I've just arrived here at Kimberley. The team is busy doing all sorts of things as we continue setting up our first vegetable block here. We are off to a good start, and I rushed out of the office, leaving the work in town behind to come out to the farm quickly for a quick field meeting, as we call it, with Pythias and Tyson, and also to come and have a look at how what's going on here and what the guys are doing as we continue to roll out more and more vegetable production here at Kimberley. Gonna walk down quickly to down as I talk to you guys. So I'm standing on block D. This is Kundwani 1D, there's my car up there. And we are going to be putting some various vegetables here. We've got a very special project with some very special partners that we are working on in the next couple of months. And then the next one is block C, 1C, which we are almost ready. We are putting down our first crop of cucumber in a little while. And the guys are almost ready with the beds down here. At the very bottom there, you see a little bit of green. You see the ladies, they are doing their weeding and looking after the eggplant crops that were already transplanted down there. All in all, I'm a reasonably happy guy, as happy as any farmer could ever be. And that's because our second farm is taking shape. We are going to be doing a lot more vegetable production here at Kimberley because it's closer to town. It will have mains electricity in the next few weeks and months, and things are going to get a lot more developed than they ever could be at Winterthorn. Winterthorn started in 2019, 2020, and we did all sorts of things there as we were learning our game. This second farm, we have got a lot more experience of how to develop and build a farm. So what have we done? We've already come in and cleared some land to make these fields like this one here behind me. We've put up some infrastructure. We've got some staff houses that are already coming up and should be almost in completion. And one of our biggest projects was putting up the irrigation system. And I know many of you have watched the video where I shared how we built this huge reservoir. So we've got the land, we've got doing the buildings, we're doing the infrastructure, and those are just some of the factors that we need to get right if we're going to make this farming equation work out to a successful conclusion. Another really important factor in this equation, simultaneous differential equation, I think it is the people, the staff, the team, the people that we're going to get here to actually grow this farm, grow the crops that allow us, all of us, them to get an income, us to get a return on our investment. On this very short video, we're going to be giving you an example of how we are continuously developing the team by upskilling them, by giving them some of our knowledge and teaching them new farming methods and agronomic practices that are able to get us all heading in the right direction. Stay with us. Greetings from the farm. Hope you're well. It's so good to have you back with us again here on the Mondo Farms channel. My name is Chisha Folotia, and I grow vegetables. We have two farms now on the outskirts of Chongwe, and the first one is Winterthorn, which you may have seen in some of our other videos, and this is our new baby, the one we are really putting together now. We started in the rainy season with some maize and some sun hemp. Yeah, this is where the sun hemp was, by the way. And now we are turning that field, Kundwani 1, into a place of vegetable production. I've been farming for a little while now, so I'm kind of getting to understand how it works, looking at some of the risks and some of the ways you can fail. We've done our fair share of failing, and also some of the ways you can succeed. Finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel on this crazy farming journey. Woo! Wow. This is good. Heartening after all the work we've put into this crop. Oh, farming, you'll be the death of me. So I'm looking back a couple of years ago, and I'm thinking about times when I would be talking to agronomists and other experts. They'd be talking about pesticides, insecticides, herbicides. They'd be talking about NPK or fertilizer. They'd be talking about crop rotation. They'd be talking about things I had no idea. So what did I do? I learned it. I researched, I read books, I read websites, I talked to people, visited a lot of farms, spent a lot of time on it, and of course, like you're doing, watched a lot of YouTube videos. So I'm getting to the stage now where I feel comfortable enough to be able to say that, yeah, I think I'm beginning to understand a little bit of this farming. I'm not one of those old school farmers that has been in generations or that has done it or that went to school. I'm still in the game, and I'm really enjoying bringing myself up to scratch as we try this farming venture. Now, when I was first running our first farm, I used to directly manage it. And Petrus and I literally started the farm together, and we've had to teach each other and ourselves how to start doing this semi-commercial farming thing as best as possible. But last year, we were joined by a trained person, a person who came out of NRDC with a farming agricultural qualification. His name was Tyson Longway, and he was fresh from the farm, if I could say, and full of goodness. And together, we've been building and growing first the first farm, and now this second farm. So apart from all the usual written stuff like job description and all of that, when Tyson started work, we had to look at the fact that he was coming to work as a first trained professional person in a place that was going to be largely staffed and manned by local people. We don't have the type of accommodation and stuff that will allow us to really bring in people from outside here. And also, as investors here in Chief Wundawunda's chiefdom, we have an obligation to provide employment and hire the local people. And that is basically what we've been doing all these years. The local people will have been farming on their own pieces of land in their own different ways over the years. And the local people will have been farming the type of crops that they need for their living, the stuff that they eat, the stuff that they can sell. We're here as town farmers, and we are growing crops that they may not have grown before, and we're growing them in ways that they may not have done before. So we have to spend a lot of time doing quite a lot of passing on our knowledge, our agronomic practices, and being able to upskill the people so that even when we're not here, the guys at the farm will know how we need things to be done and be able to move on and make a success of this thing. So some of you may have appreciated by now that I work in town. I run a group of businesses in town and I'm quite busy. So I need to do a lot of the farm management remotely. So we've given the guys cell phones and they shoot a lot of videos and they send me updates and we share back and forth looking at these videos on WhatsApp. And they do that throughout the day. My day starts with a video in the morning and it ends with the videos in the evening. And then there's usually a phone call or so with Tyson as we review things and plan for what has been done and all of that stuff, the usual management thing. The other day, I was really, really happy to see one of his video updates where he showed himself actually literally talking to the guys and showing them how to best look after and scout for the new eggplant crop that we have down here in Kondwani 1A and 1B. Let's take a look.
So we're here at Kimberley, and this is Kondwani 1B. where we have our Black Beauty eggplants that are 2 weeks old here in this block. And late this afternoon, me, Joseph over there, and Fabian are walking around in the plants and checking up how they're doing, which is formally called scouting. So we're going through and observing anything that's not good for our crops, how they're growing. So Joseph has been there for a while. But boss, mapeza ko chan vili abnormal mbeo.
Malivya.
Aha.
Tuja ustianga tumamapu mapu.
Okay. Ututuma-mapu. So ututuma-mapu nje akafuta pa. Aha. Watuwana. So kulia ako nako. So tisakira nitungati ututushita so damage. And inkadoyo bwanje. So akakadoyo kegashita so nika leaf mine aka. So zina ga leaf mine ichokera kangena mukati mwa tepo kama yone sesa kazadia mukati kaingamba kakalaini kali pamwambaka
kaoneka
akalaina koka nishika ngamba hapo. So ututuma ngala mukati mwamene so kanga nkale kalipo hapa muona kezikana yambaba hapa sikana ende kutali. So should be the last insecticide yetina spray ndiye inapa mayona te so ndemwe tudiera tueve hivi so so then kuli tudoyo cause tukonda maningi this time kudya apa washitamunga chizuba chaleka ko ukali then napoka so advantage now at this week again tina insecticide ya mushepa fertilizer sheju pa agrochem sheju abamectin idili ila tutonse tudoyo to natu ya tua black tuma beetles tuja na tueve tonse idili so na chinango chetifunko nkana cho observant mawana matepo mwashitira so utundepe tinashita transplant tumbeo manje so aya leaves ya kudala maona yanayuma ndiye munga kuiyuma okwe then kulia yako atafuta twayuma topansi tujati patusayanyu ya first ndiye utu then ambulangiza vironda so uku aya ni madisease aya sasa tina mafungicide manje tipo spray yako so chestifuna mwaka wana kakaliva kaka kabenda then kulina kakaoneka kubenda aka so kulikadoyo kikama shita so then sometimes ni matenda ya mena yali ukaibu shita spread ya bilao so chishita vonse vivili fungicide na insecticide then matende mankwala ya kulu kumbeo ni manzi na fertilizer ndi mankwala ya kulu umetima shitiraisha ite bantu nga wadwala nga ukudi ya mafruitsi then umashita exercise kudwala simaningi then mubiri umashita fight yeka ma diseases so chetifuna tuna health ya plant shite bwanji ingale yolimba maningi so that olo matenda ya chayo tudo tubwera by the time tibo spray koma preventative fungicide na insecticide stungala tukufa then plant even yoli so hapa tukali tungono ndepe tuna attention kind necessary manje mayona na matepo siambili maningi haya mayona ka
So as Tyson is talking to his team and showing them the kind of things that he was in that video, one thing you notice is that he has to take his English language training and literally translate it into the language that the guys can understand here on the field. Use references that they will understand and literally show them exactly what he's talking about. People from town, they have this terrible habit of thinking they know better and throwing information at the people. And one of my, one of my talents, my skills, is communication. And I always say, it's not about what you said, it's about what the other person heard.
So we're here in Konwani 1A, where we have our black PD eggplant that were transplanted on the 8th of July. As of tomorrow, Tuesday, the 1st of August, they'll be 3 weeks old after transplanting. And we're here scouting, and we're checking on how our crops are doing. They look very healthy and the growth is good. They're developing suckers, which is an advanced stage in the growth of the plant. So with me here is our two guys here, Fabian and Joseph. We're going in scouting for insect attacks and also for any viral fungal infection. So just here where I am, I'm able to see a beetle here that's doing damage to the leaf. There it is. We have Bemectin that will work on this beetle. And on the odd leaves, there was a trace of a leaf miner. Mdala, mapeza yako chani ma? Ma leaf miner? Okay. So but mkaiona ka? In odd leaf alo kanachoka hapo. So meaning my insects za tetanus spray ija wiki ija ndiye anapaya. Then in chena pezako ni ona Wamwale, Brian Mone. At 3 weeks pair fika ya kula Mone na my leaves foliage just increase so matepo meaning ya pack. Yambo state develop massacres, massacres inje marangisa toke ya kula because yambo chosa na mbali niyo limba manje. Mkaiona hiyo wanse chape yambo chosa massacres kukula huko. So massacres ni step by step. Today wachosako then you leave them peka kali kangono kapole sa fast chilonda ana chikulu chikakula pyoza botwele chimtengo chikulu pama panga chilonda then mai nje pangala pa entry point kama fungal diseases vijava pala vaso. So ni jati pemo yenda mo weedinga we start in advance of removing these small suckers. The observation number 1 na yanga mono. 2, my leaf miners. So my leaf miners Bemectin will work. Kuli my leaf miners 89 pano pasheju in a week pasheju. Also mafungal diseases I'm not seeing infections. I am odd leaves, yes, but the new leaves Kai my odd leaves ni jati yankala yamba kushitamunga ya yuma manje. But yanyu ya chuka yanyu mwawan. They are very healthy. So veterinary fertilizer schedule this week visa boosting a crop utingale more healthy na viga maningi mpavu. Apa manje hii iza jumpa stage yo kweko dia tuja tungono monga foema start. Iza jumpa enda pa stage ya vegetative growth manje kai massacres yamba kupaka na leaves ya paka. It's like ikamba uti na chokapo ene pa porridge manje pa starter. Naenda manje pa vegetative chane growth manje ili pa kukula. So iza mwete stakambi sana ti mbeo zima kamba. Chachakudia chemuma npasa chiri bwino but miju nafaka mground na kula miju. Apa mai cheni funa nchani kutalimba na kukula manje ningali tumbo. Ai. Mapeza tuma Beatles ka? Ako kaenda. Ndiye hapo. So, Wamwali na wa Mwanza. Mzoa challenge mwetu mapezekea tudoyo tu. Mapawa na in open field vegetation iri bwino vili green. Vichokera kuti vidoyo tikaspray. Aya mauzi yali mbalu. So hapa mwekwa zizirira pamanje. Vachoka kumanje kweveze kuchimfuire vifuna kubwera manje kuchita bonji kudya. Kawala lama kwenda pa yapewa shipula yo manje tani komboki na ndepe yange. So in our spraying, to spray first full cover spray hapa. Then tipanga mix yopita mumbali muheji umyatu mumuli mauzu so that vili kufupi vizitali au tukuta because chikafika hapa chikamvira kunuka kwa mungwala kuno sichizafika so kaila pa chikaspray vimaenda umu vikachoka umu vibwira kata hapa manje kwa nkala safe manje so ma insects have challenge zambo nkala nayo mayonaka but nkondo ya testif nikolerera nayo niyo kamba kuti jileke kuspray mbali na hapa pambeo stintu tovuta situkamba utingati control.
So here's an example of what we're talking about. This is a place where we had to join some old drip tapes on this bed down here. And in the old days, traditionally, the guys would just put a chigamba and they would maybe even burn the thing or something. But here, we, as modern farmers, we're using this coupling, this drip joiner, or whatever the technical term is. And these are things that we've had to actually teach the guys that we've given the task of plumbing, like Mishek over there. The training and developing that we do is not just here in the field. We also try as much as possible to expose our team to other farms. We take them along to agricultural training days.
Good job, Vano. Stanza sana buino zone.
So, yeah, that's akamba kama ma 20 na ma 40.
Let's pamene mwayambira iyi kuongera distance ya 20 pamene yapo then menda ma 40.
Guys, just understand, if etima changa one line, that's our life. Diagonal pali iyi na imayona yali kusaidi diagonal meaning yenda pali line, then manje futi waletapo ya second line nicha mene chini chita thing so tunaona mamene so normally us we do one line and then we plant diagonal at whatever spacing, whether it's 40, 50, 30, one drip line.
Okay.
That's our normal thing. 30, 40, whatever. Yeah. Manje waletapo i second line because of the doti yawe ni sand maningi si keeping amanzi chimanywacho so nicha mene tenzofuno zero ero aya yonse yali hapa yali monga yali iyo second line yali monga yali pakati paya. And the main reason for that is even if we were to go out there and see something new and be exposed to something, we would then have to come and literally bring it down here and tell them, oh, kamene neza naenda neza naona hivi so na so na so. But as the old saying goes in our local language, manso ni malonda. So having our team see things for themselves, it really exposes them, and then they can come back and talk to the people. So we've already visited certain days. Like I remember this very special day we had last year, the other year, October, at ETG. A fungicide in soya. Just one fungicide spray. One fungicide spray. Spray much one single fungicide. The difference in yield was fungicide 20%. The only difference was the fungicide. Not the fertilizer program from down up to whatever, everything was. You are welcome, and please, you can talk to our farmer. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my fellow farmers. Any questions? So when you talk about vegetable, anything to grow, that's my job. To make sure that a farmer takes farming as a business. You make money out of farming.
And a very big day we had last year, this time almost exactly a year ago, was when we took a team of guys for the first time ever for many of them to attend the Zambia Agricultural Show. And the show time, this is show weekend. And by the time you watch this video, our team will already have been to the show, some of them for the second time. And this time they're going to come back with all sorts of ideas and exposure. So as we're developing and training the team, one of the other things that we're very cognizant of is the issue of consistency. The consistency of the messaging in whatever it is that people are being taught. When we first started farming, we would have a lot of different experts and agronomists come to us from the seed companies, the fertilizer companies, the chemical companies, and everybody's companies, right? They were always around. And then we started noticing a problem. The problem was that this guy would tell us to do things the opposite way of what the last guy told us to do things, which was slightly different from what the other guy did. And it was just crazy. Pettis and I were learning the game of, how to farm vegetables properly, should I say, modern agricultural, practices. And we were getting a little bit concerned that we were having mixed messages. So as you are learning and developing, you're growing and developing your team, it's important for you as the owner of the farm to really know what they're learning. You don't just send people on training and they say, when's my enda? Oh, okay, fine. Because he'll go to another place and they'll tell him to do something different. So it's really important with education, especially adult education, where you're trying to undo years and years of practices and, bring about new knowledge and new understanding that everybody understands exactly what we're trying to do overall. So it's important part of the thing that the owner actually needs to be involved in. You can't just throw money at it and hope it'll be done by itself. And of course, the other challenge that we all have, all companies do, when it comes to upskilling and training their people, is that people leave. They get poached. They get fired for disciplinary issues. So it's important not just to train one person, but to train a group of people, a succession of generations that can then come along and train the next people so that the knowledge stays within your farm or your organization. So there you have it, a very quick look at one of the most critical success factors that we're gonna have to get right if we're going to continue to make our farms successful. It's really easy to get a piece of land. It's really easy to buy a tractor. Tractor, combine, all of those things. People can do that. It's really easy to get all sorts of equipment, but you've got to develop the people that are actually going to be working on the farm itself. Here at Mondo Farms, We're all about development. We're all about sharing our journey of how we are setting up the farms on the outskirts of Chongwe and a lot of other agricultural experiences that we have. We share the good, the bad, the happy, and the sad, and we do try and push out a video as regularly as possible. Things are getting a little bit busy these days with a lot of work pressure, so you're not seeing as many videos as you may have done in the past. Please just bear with us. That is the way it's going to be for the foreseeable. If you want to keep watching the videos that we do put out, the easiest ways to do that is to press the subscribe button. And if you press the bell icon, then YouTube will let you know when another video comes along. There's other people that you need to see this video, isn't it? You need to forward it to them on your Telegram, on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook. Be able to share this video with them. And if you think this video was worthy of a thumbs up, then please press the thumbs up button that you see down below here on YouTube. We always like to see you and hear from you in the comments, and you can give us a little bit of your feedback and tell us some of your own experiences, perhaps with training and development of some of your farm workers. It's getting a little bit late. The sun's going a little bit down, and I've got a couple of other things to do here at the farm. But I shall see you very soon on the Mondo Farms channel. Shale nipo. Bye-bye.